day has finally come, guys. Finally, we can go to Fontaine. I mean, we've been able to go to Fontaine, but now we can do the Archon quest. So this should be easy. Fun fact, the first time I went to Fontaine, I forced myself to swim all the way over there, but I didn't know that. Where's it at? And you see that waypoint? I did not know that was right there the first time came over here. And now that I know it's over here, I'm actually pretty mad. Oh no, is he gonna land in the water? Oh no. Just barely made it. Okay, we're here.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port. Wow, everything looks so advanced in Fontaine. Paimon's heard
You
that
can
the
say that
industry here
again.
is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines. Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Let's start by reading the individual
Hida
article.
gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point.
Our journey is finding my sister.
Yeah, the more we can learn,
Even
the better.
though
So, what do you think
even
the
though
Hydra
he
Archons
knows.
To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
Yes, yes.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him.
What's going
I
on?
thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family.
What?
I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still,
they're
his story is
talking about
quite the
story, I
tearjerker.
think.
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't help but notice you standing
Is
here
that
listening.
Lynette?
Hi.
It's
We're
Lynette.
travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
So they see trials as sort of opera?
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that?
Paimon!
Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette. As
Yes.
well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal,
Oh my flipping
a
gosh,
machine
all this
created by the
French
Archon.
words.
Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
You know, you would think in Azuma or Sumeru would have like very complicated words, but then you go to Fontaine and you see all of this.
Pure trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Huh.
Ah, I see.
Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Oh, no.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Are you sure about that?
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House.
So what is it now?
But
do you
who
finally
knows how long making an
witness
appointment
who
will
Lene
take?
is at?
Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for?
Lynette. There's a girl over there.
Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
Watch me just push her into the water. Oh my gosh, the water is so loud here. Lynette. Are you okay?
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? Ah, I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You guys went to Sumeru.
You're pointing at
you
the
guys
sea.
went all the way to Sumeru.
Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Maybe they're
No
mermaids.
people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged.
Oh yeah, because
You would
everything in
skip
Fontaine
and jump,
is getting
tossing sand in the wind.
flooded.
The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
The chapter's just started and already
Sorry,
it's getting
Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
it's getting a sentiment.
Ah, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Ah, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Yep, sure did.
We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
Because, oh my gosh, Paimon. Don't break dialogue. Paimon's breaking character right now. They are breaking character. There's hardly any, I don't even know what to say. There's hardly anything left for me to say when you around Paimon, or because you always steal all my lines. I think the second option.
So that's how you think it is?
Oh,
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Oh wow, look at the face.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin?
Are we about to get a cutscene? Are we about to get
Let's
a cutscene?
put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
No, not
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
No.
Hello, traveler.
Hello, Lyney.
And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are
It's
you?
literally actually if I keep poking.
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh, all right then.
Lyney,
Well, Paimon's just
What are
happy
you
to have a
waving at?
local friend now.
what do you mean?
By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please, follow me.
Okay. Let's follow the twins, Paimon. Huh?
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
What? Quick, Ah. Oh, there's no cutscene. It just looks like it.
Huh. So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Oh, I was about to ask. You expect the ones with no cup to raise a cup of air? Actually, it looks like nobody has a cup here at all.
As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our
I
nation.
love this music,
Come,
by the way.
let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
Paimon! Who else would she be talking to? Nobody here seems to be
I've
over
long
the
heard
desk.
of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally.
Sure, restless,
Fear
right?
is for insignificant cowards. I am a
Huh.
god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
This is like the easiest way we have ever found the archive. Technically. Yeah.
Yeah. Paimon still can't believe
Paimon,
it.
how dare you
Feels like
say
we've only
yeah?
been here for a
right
few
when I say
minutes.
yeah. You will be cooked in a
But
few days.
the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Ahem. Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything
come from?
about you.
Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
He was
Talk
the
about
one who
sounding
was
high and
snooping on
mighty.
us.
Oh?
This is bad.
What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Let's cook Paimon.
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Wait, there? Okay, I don't know if Aether and Rumi took aim into the dialogue change, and they didn't want the dialogue to change. I mean, they didn't want to do the dialogue, so they just put there instead of he or she, otherwise.
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him. Oh, I bet
Okay,
this
so
is
it
going
had
to be the
nothing
duel
about
of
to do
the
with
century.
dialogue.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land.
What?
Just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Okay, what is that? What is it with us fighting gods now? First it was Riley Shogun. Then it was apparently, you would say, the the Bellenir when he was trying to become a god, and then Force Lotus? Farina? Really?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel
I think
against the
she's
divine?
bluffing.
What are you trying to do, Traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior.
That's because we already fought.
Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. I'm getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
What?
All right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house, it would be a pity not to use it.
Well,
Why do you
we're
care
gonna
so
be
much
able
about the
to see
crowd's
the
reactions?
Cinderella.
Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house.
She's a showboat. What did you expect,
Besides,
Paimon?
how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
I mean, but technically you're an outsider, and if it was like in Azuma, I guess it would be illegal.
Oh, we have reason
Oh
to
yeah,
put you
and
on
plus
trial.
he technically
It's obvious, isn't it?
he he turned technically he committed a crime.
According
When
to
it comes to
Fontaine
Fontaine.
law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first
Wait a
3
minute.
days of each
What?
month. You are
That's-
clearly guilty of violating
That's
this
the
law,
law?
no?
That's the law? Wait a minute! Paimon! I knew slapping you on my back would have been a great idea.
Oh,
Why?
so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Aiden looks so pissed.
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
I will strip you onto
My
back.
apologies, Lady Farina. I don't
Sure.
mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Winnie. Finally, someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
What?
As a
She's
magician who just rained on your
literally
parade,
a
I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Are we gonna have a cutscene or no? Ah. What is he doing?
Ta-da!
What? What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Winnie do that?
That's what he was doing. He patted her on the back. I was wondering what could that did not look like.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the Traveler's hand all along, It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh? I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Oh no, Farina. What's so funny?
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
It's Farina.
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands.
What? Do Venti first. He's illegally drinking.
I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
And there goes the guards. Where they go? Where's Chloe? Oh, she's right there. There goes everyone. Leaving.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable
I
Archon
keep
Paimon's
yawning.
ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So,
Didn't
now do
actually
you see
think-
what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing
I
at
still think
times,
you
but
and-
she is still
you and
amenable to
Lynette
reason.
Are literally just his opposites. Because of the marks on their face. Why?
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the
Oh.
Opera House, right?
You didn't think he was a magician?
I just know a few
You
simple
couldn't
tricks I use to
tell
make a
He
living.
was a magician
Lynette
from
is my
looking at his
assistant.
clothes?
It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't
gonna
the
be so
Opera
beautiful.
House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
Sure.
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Yeah, let's go sing.
Splendid.
So
In
we'll
that
just see the
case, why don't we go
artery
together? I'll show you the way.
Artorias
I just have something to take
Nuvolay.
care of first. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that. You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned.
Oh no.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro
Atlantis!
Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in
What she
Fontaine
said.
born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely?
No,
Why
Paimon.
bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Now the water is engulfing our memories. It won't be long before it engulfs us.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day!
Well, if the
This is more than a bit of rain.
if the prophecy is true, then is there no way to prevent a disaster?
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
So basically what he's saying is we're gonna force them to give it to them. Alright, let's see. Who can we give it to? You? And Brian.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier.
Don't worry about it. You know, have this bag.
Oh, a magic pocket?
On the front.
Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the chance.
Who are you?
What's this? So you also believe in the
Uncle
prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What?
Too bad.
You mean
You'll take
you
it.
don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story.
Oh,
The
really?
story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Oh,
Oh.
we
That
haven't
was
heard that
deep.
one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die.
Not if you're in
You
Fontaine.
should probably still take it.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
I don't know about that one, but... Alright. That I'm not into the boat. This. What is it?
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Yeah, it's best to be safe.
All right, fine.
At least, so you don't
Thanks.
die.
It's just that
Especially you being a boat captain.
if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Alright, I think that's everybody. Then where did you go? Oh, you said right there. Huh?
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast.
You just told
So,
us to do
what did people have to
everybody who
say?
was nearby.
I bet you heard some interesting opinions. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Let's see.
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the Court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
Oh my gosh.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
The maritime flowers. Okay, cool.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Just like Coco.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the Court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the Court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
What's happening? Where'd they go? They just...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
What?
Huh?
What's going on?
What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
What is going on here?
She's obviously a thief.
A thief?
Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh my gosh. She's stealing.
Oh, he's right!
She didn't even try to look behind her
Keep
to
your
see if
voice down.
anything's happening.
We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
They didn't think we'll be heading further. Oh, but this will keep going the wrong way. I didn't look like we had to do anything hard right now. Just simple.
Boring.
If I yawn one more time. Calm down, Shroud. Anyways, this lift is taking a long time. Come on, lift. You can do it. Just keep going. be perfect if I just inserted some elevator music.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait.
Oh, she's right there! Oh, no!
Oh, look! Isn't that her?
Time to make the arrest! There she goes.
Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her?
Our job is to block this part.
You're right. She might also... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief.
Let's go
Yeah,
down,
let's go.
Oh, he's literally just right there.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
She did.
Oh, did you get hurt, Linny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact,
Just
it's feeling
a
better
twisted-
already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette.
you
I
can
have
tell
to
which one is
admit
from
that
the
the thief
chair
was
one and
even
which
more
one is
skilled
the
than I had
movie one.
anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Linny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
Yes, yes. Let's go. What? Cutscene? Come on, we have a cutscene? Oh my god, no. Good word, cutscene!
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
Oh wow.
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a
Wow,
real
wait,
trip when
sister
it's just
under
the
the
two of us.
nose.
It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Well, they keep Downy in the background.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Yes, yes. Huh? Charlotte! Charlotte! Already, we're seeing Charlotte here.
Oh,
surprise.
excuse me. Aren't you the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Oh, she's talking pretty fast.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Wait,
be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
Yep, that's us. Well, that's that's me. Paimon is just a emergency
Amazing.
food.
You recognized everybody almost immediately.
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day. Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some favor?
I
So,
don't think
Charlotte,
your vision has
what do you
anything
usually
to do with
report on?
this.
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough
Wow.
angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days.
Oh, wow.
That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents.
Can somebody in the
I
comments
just
tell me how
remembered.
many times I
I've been
yawn?
following a case lately. Well, a
Like
series
that?
of
It's a
cases,
lot of
actually.
yawns.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the...
Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
And then
Please
murder
don't
them.
imagine that, Lenny.
Yes, we made it to the opera house.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Ah, yes, the beautiful music. And it goes good with Pablo's actions too.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
Ah, I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Look how beautiful Fontaine is. Alright. That's gonna be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, Fontaine, and I will see you in the next video.